Unfortunately, in case you haven't heard, it was announced on October 28th of 2023 that Friends star Matthew Perry had passed away. There's still some uncertainty around the exact cause other than apparent drowning, but it's all speculation at this point and that's not what we're here for. So let's get to my recommendation for a role of his to watch if you're looking for something off of his resume. Welcome to my movie shelf. My name is Bane, and today, in honor of Matthew's career, I'm going to suggest a duo of films Mr. Perry was part of in the early years of Y2K to go check out. But first, I'm going to highlight another small role of his some of you gamers out there might already be familiar with, even if you didn't realize it was him voicing it. The super popular RPG Fallout New Vegas that released back in 2010 features the role of Benny, who's head of the Chairman, a group trying to steal control of the city from Mr. House, who's the main bad guy of the story, I believe. Benny's known for wearing a white and black checkerboard suit, and also putting the word baby randomly into almost every sentence he uses. Though this is one of the titles in the franchise that I somehow haven't played yet, so what do I know? Despite many people saying it's the best of all the Fallout games to date. For those who have played New Vegas, what do you think of the game? Yes, when most people think of an acting credit from his IMDB page, they go directly to Friends, and for good reason, as it stood the test of time as a true pop culture milestone. And yet, as disappointing as it is that we never got one last Friends episode, we still have to take a second to appreciate the fact we did get the 2021 reunion special, which he actually almost didn't make after being in dental surgery days before, which is also the reason for his slurred speech at times for anyone that was concerned. So even though Chandler Bing will always be at the forefront of his acting legacy, I want to take a second and suggest a movie he made back with Bruce Willis in 2000 and its sequel from 2004. These films are The Whole 9 Yards and then followed by The Whole 10 Yards. Not to tie everything back to Friends, but this movie does have itself an odd connection to the show. Bruce Willis made his appearance due to a bet he made with Perry about the film's success, since he thought it wasn't going to do that well, but once it did, he had to take a turn on the TV series as Paul, just a love machine, Stevens. And in typical Willis fashion, he turned this loss into a win. Not only did he donate his payment fee to charity, but also managed to go snag himself an Emmy Award for a guest spot performance. A total boss move from an awesome person. Bravo, Bruce. Bravo. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more TV and movie related videos. But hopefully next time we meet, it's under some less unfortunate circumstances. Matthew Perry has one of the two main leading roles in this, as an American dentist that has since moved to Montreal to be with his current wife in her homeland of Canada. He's just an everyday guy going through a typical midlife crisis moment. The other main role is filled by Bruce freaking Willis, who plays a former mafia hitman, Jimmy the Tulip, that's on the run trying to avoid a bounty that's been placed on his head. Next, we have another actor that left us at only 54. Michael Clarke Duncan is someone who Jimmy works with. Man, I miss this dude also. He could be completely serious and stoic, but this role shows he was also a funny guy too. Rest in peace, Mike. Then there's Amanda Peet, who plays a sort of multi-purpose character. It's nothing too hard to follow, but at the same time, I think it's best not to just spoil and let play out in the movie instead. It also has my Canadian homegirl, Natasha Henstridge, that I always remember for her Species films and the John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars. She plays Willis's estranged wife that becomes romantically entangled in a love triangle with Perry's character and his own estranged wife. Lastly is Rosanna Arquette of the Arquette acting family. You may know her siblings Patricia and David. Her role is as the wife living in Montreal that the dentist Perry moved to be with. The story centers around an everyday guy in the dental industry who moves from the States to Canada to be in a dead-end relationship with a woman that doesn't really love him. One day he gets a new neighbor that for some reason looks oddly familiar even though they've never met before, and eventually it dawns on him that his new neighbor is a former infamous killer for the mob. Allegedly, of course. As more and more they become a part of each other's day-to-day, the truth of the situation starts to come to light on multiple fronts, bringing their past and life closer to going the same direction. But don't worry, this is a comedy, not a thriller after all, so things never get too complicated for the sake of the plot. Throughout the film's events, multiple characters switch sides a time or two just to keep things interesting. And although this is very different, it kind of has some Meet the Parents vibes, which starred Ben Stiller and Robert De Niro, which oddly enough released the same year as this. The humor derives from the tension of the moments of not knowing who's really going after who or why, and watching it unfold around Bruce and Matthew's characters. It's a simple story about a dentist, his hitman neighbor, and their wives that thrives on the chemistry between the cast. It's not going to be your new favorite comedy, but if you've never seen it or it's been a while, The Whole 9 Yards and its sequel 10 Yards are my Matthew Perry's role suggestion. Rest in peace, Mr. Perry. You are gone from us too soon at only 54 years of age. So even though most people are going to instantly think of Friends when he crosses their mind, and rightly so, I just want to bring up a different performance he gave so it's not overlooked. Anyways, thanks for watching, be well, and hopefully next time we don't have to talk about losing another one of the many actors and actresses we all grew up watching.